This is how I used speed to become unstoppable. When I first dove into the world of SaaS marketing, I felt like I was drowning in a sea of vague and unclear action plans. But I didn't let that slow me down. Instead, I honed in to what really mattered, making impactful actions and executing them fast. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how speed and focus can give you an unfair advantage and stand out from the rest. At the end of the day, marketing can be distilled down into 5 areas. 1, make sure people know you exist. 2, make sure people have a problem to solve. 3, make sure people know you can solve it. 4, make sure they have a desire to solve it. 5, make sure they believe you can solve it. 6, make sure they have the budget to solve it. The main point of all businesses really is increased revenue. You need to focus on the results and the outcomes. At every company, the most valuable people always had a direct impact on revenue and could show that. From my experience working in startups and scale-ups, you need to get shit done and execute fast. The name of the game, right, is growth. And in these hard times, it's about cost-effective revenue growth. You have to do it efficiently. What does that mean? It pretty much means that speed and focus are a marketer's best friend. Growing a company is hard work, okay? What I did was focus on the impactful actions that directly contributed to the company's goals and executed them swiftly. Embracing speed allows you to experiment rapidly, launch campaigns, explore marketing channels, test different messages, iterate on creatives, and so on and so forth. Being fast at making decisions not only accelerates you to success, but also brings you closer to the valuable insights and learnings. Move the needle has become my favorite saying for the past 5 years. It means doing the actual job, not just going through the motions of it. Too many marketers today aren't really moving the needle. The big issue at the moment is that people spread themselves way too thin. They overwhelm themselves by doing so many things at once. The list here is not a marketing strategy. It's just a list of tactics where companies try to get all this running at once. People can't get any results out of it because they're not dedicating enough time to make effective use of the channels. This, again, where focus and speed will be your unfair advantage. Identify and research where you think there will be the best opportunity for growth. For example, see what your competitors are doing, see where they are getting their ideas from for their growth, talk to people in the industry, try to understand what the playbooks are. Don't copy your competitors, see them and how you can do better. Always try to do the opposite of the herd. They are just used really as research. So coming back to the point, it really does vary depending on who you're going after, so hone in on the channels that you're most comfortable with. Here's 4 ways you can think about growth. 1 is owned. So this is building your own brand. So you create and manage content across various platforms like blogs, podcasts, and socials. The advantages are obviously you're establishing a strong brand and getting that organic traffic. You offset marketing costs. However, the disadvantages are it can be time consuming, it requires consistent effort and patience. Number 2 is earned. This is getting noticed. For example, gaining exposure using someone else's audience through like collaborations or partnerships, like PR, being on podcasts and other events. The benefits, it's cost effective, it enhances your brand credibility using someone else's audience. The challenges, it is time consuming, and also building those kind of relationships does take time. Number 3 is paid. So this is accelerating with paid ads. So you invest in ad platforms like search ads with Google, or like social ads with like Meta or LinkedIn. The advantages is obviously it's fast, direct, and measurable. It's scalable. Disadvantages are results stop when the spending stops, and testing can be costly. And the last one is growth loops. So this is like growth on autopilot, leveraging your existing traffic and customer base, like your email list. The benefits, you extract more value from your existing audience and you sustain growth without exhausting your budget. But however, it does take time to figure out. Implementation may be a learning curve. So just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video so far, it will be a huge help if you tap that like button, hit that subscribe button, as it will really help me get my content out there. Would hugely appreciate it. So what I do to make it work, the best way to approach this is to start doing bets on the channels you're most comfortable with. Choose around 8 channels and do one at a time. Gain momentum and understand the playbook and the ins and outs before moving on to the next. Slowly in time, you will have 8 working for you. The quicker you figure them out, the quicker you move on to the next channel. What works well is having it run in sprints. It can be weeks or months. It really doesn't matter. For example, I use Trello and Notion, but you can do and choose whatever platform you want. As long as you do one channel at a time, like I mentioned. The quicker you go through the learnings, the failures, and so on and so forth, the quicker you can find the right channels that are producing results and then move on to the next. Remember this, most of your marketing will fail. Small experiments repeated over time are the recipe for transformation, but 90% of them will fail. So do the following: learn from the mistakes. Understand that failures are learning opportunities. The quicker you learn, the faster you find out what works. Expect setbacks. Know that not everything you try will succeed. Use setbacks to grow and improve. Fail smart. Test ideas on small scale to minimize the risk. Use data to adjust quickly if things don't go as planned. See failure as progress. Every stumble teaches you something valuable. From those 4 areas, you then use data to adapt. So keep an eye on performance metrics and be ready to change your approach. Make sure you keep ideas flowing. Have a list of ideas and try out new ones on a regular basis to keep your marketing fresh and effective. Lastly, be fearless. Approach your goals with bravery. Failure is just a natural part of moving forward quickly. It's all about turning setbacks into opportunities for growth. So there you have it. That's how I turned speed and focus into my unfair advantage. If you enjoyed this video, here's another one that I think you would find insightful.